Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into the powerful framework from James Clear's Atomic Habits. We're going to give you a full guide to its core ideas, and more importantly, how you can actually use them to get some pretty remarkable results in your own life. Okay, let's just dive right in with this number. What if I told you that getting just 1% better each day for a year doesn't make you 365% better? No, the math is way more powerful than that. It makes you nearly 37 times better. That's the mind-blowing power of compounding. And well, the flip side is true too. Get 1% worse, and you basically end up at zero. And that right there, that's the core idea behind Atomic Habits. It's not about these huge, life-altering moments. Nope. It's all about the surprising, almost invisible power of those tiny, consistent improvements that just stack on top of each other, day after day. So here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with the power of those tiny gains, then talk about why systems are more important than goals. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of building good habits and breaking bad ones. And finally, we'll tie it all together with how this connects to who you become. All right, first up, the power of tiny gains. Let's really dig into why these seemingly small changes are just so incredibly effective. This is such a fantastic real-world example of this whole idea. For nearly 100 years, British cycling was, pretty mediocre. But then they started focusing on making 1% improvements in all these tiny areas nobody else was thinking about, from the comfort of their bike seats to literally hiring a surgeon to teach them how to wash their hands properly. And the result? 5 Tour de France victories in just 6 years. It's incredible. This concept is so important because it explains why so many of us quit too soon. We put in the work, and we expect our progress to be a straight line up. But it's not. Your effort isn't wasted, it's just being stored. It's like that ice cube. Nothing seems to be happening, nothing, and then bam, you hit that breakthrough point. Okay, section 2, systems, not goals. This is a really big shift in how we usually think about progress. It's all about focusing less on where you want to end up and way more on the road that gets you there. So here's the kicker. Winners and losers, they often have the exact same goals. Everybody wants to win the championship, right? The goal isn't what sets them apart. It's the system. A goal is a fleeting moment, but a system is what delivers results over and over. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And to build a system that actually sticks, you have to work from the inside out. You see, the deepest level of change isn't about your results or even your actions. It's about your identity. It's about what you truly believe about yourself. And this brings up a really powerful question for all of us. Instead of asking, what do I want? A much better question is, who do I want to be? Because real, lasting behavior change is really just identity change. So how do we actually do all this? Well, Section 3 gets right into the practical stuff. This is the how-to guide for building good habits, and it's built on 4 laws. Every single habit you have, good or bad, all of them, follows this exact 4-step pattern. There's a cue, then a craving, then a response, and finally a reward. Once you understand this loop, you've got the key to taking back control. To build a good habit, you just have to rig this loop in your favor. It's that simple. You just ask yourself 4 questions. How can I make the cue obvious? How can I make the craving attractive? How can I make the action super easy? And how can I make the reward feel really satisfying? Now, what about breaking those pesky bad habits? Well, here's the beautiful part. You don't need a whole new playbook. You just take those same 4 laws and you flip them on their head. You can see just how elegant this is. The system is perfectly symmetrical. To break a bad habit, you want to make the cue invisible, make the craving unattractive, make the action difficult, and make the reward totally unsatisfying. The big secret here is that it's just way easier to avoid temptation than it is to resist it. So all of these laws, all these strategies for building good habits and breaking bad ones, they all serve a much deeper purpose. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section, becoming the person you are. Think about it this way. Your goal isn't just to read a book. It's to become a reader. Your goal isn't just to run a marathon. It's to become a runner. Every single time you do a habit, you are casting a vote for a certain kind of identity. You're literally showing yourself who you are.
And that's really the heart of it all. At the end of the day, habits aren't about having something, they are about becoming someone. Your daily routines are the path you walk to develop your deepest beliefs about yourself. You quite literally become your habits.
So the book leaves us with this incredible question. It's not about what you're going to do, but who you're choosing to be. So, what small vote will you cast for your future self today?